A rusty lamp.
Yeah, that doesn't look good at all.
The distances between the remaining rungs are rather wide. You'd have to use. In addition, the first rung is going to be tough to reach. It's what, 3 meters above the ground? And you're 180? Okay, but still, the roof is collapsing and the wind gets pretty brutal up there. Dismounting from the ladder is going to... What if you were to do something more subtle? What if you were to reconcept astral projection? Be open-minded.
Teleportation is not a thing. This really has nothing to do with adventure. Oh yes, it could hurt.
He is restraining himself from using a parental tone with you, right? The rusty ladder leads to the rooftop. On second thought, the rusty ladder leads to the roof. All you need to do is close your eyes and concentrate. Darkness in zoot, zap, pow, crinkle. It's like,
Okay, well, that's impressive.
bam! You find yourself on the roof, having mastered the art of physical displacement.
You know, for the record, you didn't teleport there. You just climbed the ladder with your eyes closed.
The wind at the top of the building starts howling loudly.
Never mind. Find a way to let me in when you get inside. Don't go adventuring with a backup, especially.
Two rusty metal plates that slide apart form a crew.
What do you mean who's there? It's me, Kim. Stop playing around and help me.
The The doors seem to be on rails, but they've gotten jammed. You grab a side and put some strength into prying it open.
Huh. I hope no one dangerous heard that. After you climbed up to the roof, you mean? There's a maintenance entrance under the boardwalk. It's next to a drain pipe, possibly.
He's quite proud of himself.
Yes, we have an exit, so let's get going. Time to investigate these passages.
Could this have been the killer's hideout? And this narrow window, the point of origin of the shot that this does look like an embrasure, a slit made for shoot. The lights of Martinez shine coolly in the clear.
It's a great place to hide, certainly. But there hasn't been anyone here in ages. Indeed, no one could get a clear view. Well,
The lieutenant's voice betrays a slight disappointment, which he glosses. A mustachioed and mutton-chopped man, amateurishly depicted, gazes at you with sad eyes. A plaque reads, K. Mazov. There is a spider web in the lower left corner of the portrait. Years' worth of dust is shaken off. The full head of hair
yes, I can see that. Looks like some
The lieutenant does not seem to share your enthusiasm.
We have found a lot of those lately. I guess what most people think of as history tends to linger in rundown neighborhoods. Martinez being what it is.
Good hiding place for someone who's up to no good.
Millions of depictions of Mazov have been produced. They're not all connected. Besides, that looked like some student. Half a century? This was probably part of the network of defense posts. I think the purpose of this bunker was to produce propaganda. It would have had radio equipment. I won't stand in your way, but only after we're through with this case. You mean like Ruby? No, I think we've stumbled on a...
There it is again, like a swarm of hornets buzzing under your scalp. A strange tingling you can almost smell.
No, what do you mean? I don't feel it, but we should still be careful. There were footprints back there, and I'm pretty sure they were fresh. Looks like our suspect. If she's in here, once we detain a credible suspect, who knows what the Union and the Wild Pines will do.
You will upset the balance of power in Martinez. Keep calm. Go over the whole situation in detail.
I leave that to your judgment. You already know what I think about cross-pollination.
He just can't be sure. Maybe it will yield something useful.
You think we should finish running it now? Maybe you're right. It might not be as useful.
It's a minor point. Don't worry too much about this. There are bigger fish.
You mean Morel? I don't see how cryptozoology and the murder investigation are connected.
If it gets that tense, the amateur zoologists might not be able to do their job.
Well, we are not responsible for what we can't predict, are we? I don't think the entire city will be razed to the ground.
If you can't predict it, there's nothing you could have done.
I think I see a cavern. Maybe more cellars? I think we've been careful enough. We still have the element of...
I wouldn't be so sure. You haven't exactly...
Or maybe not. Either way, once we go deeper, there will be no...
Suddenly, your entire body is paralyzed. Aggressive white noise fills your skull. A strange pain. It's like 1,000 radio stations are being blasted into your head all at once. But her...
I know you're feeling pretty uncomfortable right now. Don't move too much or fight it. That'll just make it worse. Can't say it's a pleasure, officer. I was really hoping not to...
The voice coming through the whirlwind of pain is not malicious. She doesn't wish to hurt you. Not according to your ear canals. Wait, no, not even your ear canals. This is going directly into your neural pathways. That's an awful decision. Why would you not want to shield yourself from it? It's an entirely new type of experience. Way worse than all. Don't focus on the pain. Focus on doing your job. Tell her she's under arrest.
Really now? Check.
You're overwhelmed with a new surge of violent static. It feels like a blood vessel exploding.
I'm using a pale latitude compressor. You and your partner have been caught in its field.
The explosion of static you're hearing, blasted from that pale emitter that Angus mentioned.
Wow. Check out the big brains on you. A pale latitude compressor is used to sort of make the pale more manageable. With a lot of these, signals are relayed across a series of repeater stations fixed to buoys. Not a fun job manning those stations. All alone out there in the pale, people lose their minds in just a few years.
So, what we are experiencing is a concentration of radio waves.
Precisely. This is an industrial strength paraboloid. It's meant for forcing dimension. At the upper limit is the large prime number generator station. It's used specifically for pale latitude compression. That's why you may be hearing some numbers. But you might also hear, or think you're hearing, local radio chatter.
She's been holed up in here for a while with no one to talk to. Keep her talking, and you just might get an opportunity to break you loose.
Yeah, I stuck my head in there before using it on you. It seemed like the ethical thing to do. Can't say that I enjoyed it. The field was weaker, but I can imagine what you're going through. No, once I shut down the compressor, the pain will end. It may take a few minutes for you to steady yourself, though. I built it myself.
That's illegal. I'm guessing it's patented. But we are beyond that.
Oh yeah, way beyond. Yeah, let's not talk about that shit. You were hunting me and fell into...
So she thinks of you as hunters, not the cops. And of herself, merely.
If you've got something really important to say, you could...
Turn this.
God damn it. Fine. If you really want to talk, I can dial it down. I've also got a gun, by the way.
The gun she's carrying is a 2-barreled front loader, not like the murder weapon. Well, it doesn't feel much better, but you can form sentences now. Just keep her talking. There's only 3 meters between you and the machine. If you can be careful when you make your move, that'll be it for questions. Bide your time.
No, I didn't do it. I only helped stage the lynching. Though I doubt that makes much. Who ratted me out, by the way? Was it Titus? No, he wouldn't have broken first. Nah, she didn't crack. She's a survivor. If she told you anything, but she couldn't have known I was on the coast. How did you find me?
Titus and his boys, man. He told us you were on...
Even now, Kim is a paragon of professionalism. He is
Well, fuck. Those guys liked me, I know it. But this is what happens to people whom people like.
a dull despair is creeping.
How the fuck do the rest of you get by? Like what? I already told you I...
A strong moral compass. She still wants the opportunity to make a case for herself.
Man, I was with the boys the whole night. I hope they at least bothered to impress that upon me. You mean the length of a toilet break? That wouldn't even have been enough time. Wow, now I'm curious. Please, explain. Don't know it, but also...
Evaluating your competence.
The shot couldn't have come from the roof, or we would have all heard it downstairs.
She has a point there. No one mentioned.
That didn't go super well. You've got to lay something better on her.
So, Heart of Gold Tommy fucked me over too. Never.
That really comes as a blow to her.
Okay, great. You got into my lorry on your own. What now?
Beneath it, she's relieved. Tommy didn't betray her.
Man, it's to get away from all that murderous shit that I left Jamrock, my previous employer, for the union.
She deliberately avoided naming the mob she worked for. You might be able to find...
I got lucky being a dispatcher. Never had to do any of the really dirty work myself. This gun has only been used for self-defense against...
There. It's going to be easier to reach the machine now.
You won't get to. Your dirty little tricks won't work with me. No. Gifts of flowers and candy aren't really my style. So now I'm leaving revolutionary symbols around? Come on. I never did understand why, when someone dies, a hothouse's worth of flowers has... No, I did not. Who doesn't? Oh, you probably mean Claudia's rooftop. Sure, I've hung out there. She's got this great antenna. It's very powerful. I used it to tune into RCM frequencies. The view's pretty bomb, too. But you might say the antenna was the main attraction. Yes, I'm sure. And anyway, as I said before, the shot had to have come from afar. I didn't like him. Hardened mercenaries aren't particularly likable types. Plenty of broken people who don't come with that kind of body count. Besides, yeah, sure. And I didn't like Wild Pines sending in those foreign hirelings.
She didn't hate him, okay?
I'm listening. And? Yeah, evident. Yeah?
More questions before doing anything.
I heard you in the passages, and I've been preparing for quite a while. So you found my shack, huh?
Her tone is bitter. She thinks she's been betrayed.
So nice. That's one knife I didn't want to find in my back. I was, before I caught you in the pale latitude compressor. I'm fine now.
That's her admitting the bullet was an emergency exit. It was dark in the shack. The waves outside had calmed down. She looked at the loaded gun. Then she cracked the barrel open and took the bullet.
How should I know? As I keep saying, he already had a bullet in his...
Those rings around her eyes. Her tired voice.
Police radio? You've been...
Who hasn't? You know, I can still see him there, in Claudia's room. He was still warm, with the bluish light coming through the broken window.
She eyes you warily, as though gauging your sincerity.
It's okay. We just want to...
All right, don't kill yourself over it. I was shooting the shit with Hardy and the boys over a few beers. She sits down with a drink, trying to steady her nerves. So I grab a seat next to her. Oh yeah, super. But I didn't think too much of it at first. I'd seen her party hard. No, I really didn't. She's not that easy to read. I just assumed she'd done too much blow. She asked me to come upstairs. The merc she'd been going with was lying on the bedroom floor, dead.
You made it look like he'd been hanged.
What? No. Faking a lynching was her idea. Yeah, in cold blood. It really surprised me how quickly she was able to get a hold of herself once we got up there. It was like she was another person. She asked me to help her drag him into the shower so she could wind the shower head around his neck to fake lividity. Then she dressed him.
Glacia knew exactly what she was doing. You can't remain calm under pressure otherwise.
Yeah. I wasn't sure whether to admire her. As I keep telling you cops, we didn't hear anything downstairs.
But even if this is true, weren't you worried this lynching might lead to...
War? The thought crossed my mind. But the mercenary's death was going to have repercussions either way.
She doesn't want to talk about this, but not because she has something.
Fuck it. I'm not responsible for these people after what they did to me. I saw you roll into town. I wasn't about to stick around for questioning by a...
So this is what she was scared to tell Titus. This cop.
Yes, you. Everyone says you're his peon, his human can opener.
Through the sudden sharp pain in your head, you hear the lieutenant mumble something to himself. Fucking hell. And why me? You hear through the white noise. It's especially bad suddenly. Felt like a vein exploded.
Everyone in Jamrock, the cops, the criminals. Why do you think I'm holed up?
If she knows that about you, she must know your real name too.
Harry Dubois. One corrupt motherfucker with the disco pants and a funny tie. Agent.
So she knows your name. That doesn't mean you're on the tape. Criminals make up bogeyman stories about cops. All of this just means that you're effective. Criminals know you and are scared.
Is that a joke or a threat? I'm guessing both. Yeah, sure.
She doesn't believe.
I'm sure La Puta Madre himself will explain it all to you soon enough. You've been to my lorry. You think the biggest player in Jamrock appreciates competition? And now I have Harry...
She's not going to change her mind that easily. Wait, one thing. Possibly small, but she said you rolled into town. Was that you singular or plural? She might know something.
Yeah, you had your death squad with you. What happened to them anyway? Sure you do. I bet they're just outside waiting. Well, it wasn't this scrawny dude. You had two guys and a lady. The guys looked pretty buff. Lady wasn't bad either. One of the guys seemed chipper, a blonde. The other had a brooding something or other about him. That sound about right?
No idea who these people are. Satellite Officer Vic Blair looks out of the window grimly, then puts his coffee down and turns to Patrol Officer Miller. We could either take a room here in the working or go home for today. Let's go home, Jean. Nothing's going to happen today, she responds quietly. Jean takes his blonde wig off. Call Heidelstein. He can give us a ride.
Friction, lock, set.
Fantastic. I've got to get on the road. Then you can go find your friends. Unless you have anything pressing to ask me. What bunker? Don't know anything about it. No one's been around since I set up camp. But I'm sure I'm not the first vagabond to...
Keep calm. Breathe in. After the pain recedes, it's a little clearer. You did it. The compressor lies broken on its side. It's quiet in your head again. It still hurts like hell, but... She looks at the machine, assessing...
Oh, fuck it. Problem solving.
Ma'am, put the gun down.
Oh, yes it is.
She's truly desperate. She thinks she has no other options. You know. This is how you talk her out of it. It's the only scenario in which she lives. She stares at you, frozen. The gun still in her mouth, eyes filled with dark intensity. Then something shifts in her. Gratitude, doubt. Her neck and shoulders relax, and her grip on the gun loosens.
Day of miracles. I'll take it.
She runs past you, then past the lieutenant, and disappears into the darkness of the tunnel.
Good call. I would have done the same, had I not been incapacitated. Her tent. We should check it out.
The plain red tent stands by. It was pitched by practiced hands. She's used to camping out. The tent looks old, but well maintained. In the darkness of the tent, a rolled up sleeping bag. Cook, it reeks of cigarettes. Assorted soft covers, mostly pulp horror. A motor carriage lies buried in the snow on one cover. On another, a ghost airship. You also see a collection.
See anything?
Rager Monthly, Journal of Material Science. More Technological Digest. One of the magazines. You pocket the worn brown leather. A trusted friend.
We should read this immediately. Like, right now.
A thick journal. The cover is worn like someone used to carry it around. It's made of full-grain leather. The lower left corner of the back cover, Schneller, is a stationery brand from Gottwald, beloved. She's got good taste and must have taken whatever she recorded here. The journal falls open. About 2/3 of it's ruled the large cursive of someone who writes quickly, perhaps too confidently. Many phrases and even paragraphs have been crossed out, with tiny corrections scrawled above and in the margins. It's a mix of logistical notes, diagrams.
It's good she left in a hurry. We could learn a lot from this.
Hard to tell exactly. It's mostly noted down in code. Looks like contact information, quantities, directions.
There could be useful information about local operations in those notes. We have a junior sergeant at my station who's good with codes.
Esoteric radio technology. The most recent ones probably pertain to the latitude compressor. Short wry observations of people and places. Probably a way to pass the time on the road. Also, what appears to be attempts to sort through some difficult decisions. There are a few passages with many questions in them. Staff issues, always tough on the leadership. You smell traces of betrayal. The first entry is from August 2nd of last year. It reads simply, I know my position is precarious. All I can do is make myself as useful as I can, while nothing on March 4th. March 5th, though, well, that's bound to come back and bite me in the ass. I'm bad at this. Loyal to a fault. You have no idea what she means. These are personal notes. Don't expect to understand. That name isn't mentioned. Small wonder. Would you talk about La Puta Madre in your journal? You do see an M, though. La Puta Madre? M is great. M's peon is coming to town, no doubt to investigate the lynching. But also, I feel it in my gut to finally put a bullet in my head. While I'm napping in my lorry or on a smoke break. Well, I won't stick around just to talk. Then again, isn't that what I've been doing ever since I got the call? The call? Were you supposed to find her? Even apart from the investigation then? On M's request? No, you wouldn't do something like this. This must be a mistake. The thought steadies your nerves. The journal stops. Been holed up here for 3 days now. I'm used to being alone and all, but I don't know when I'll be able to leave, or if I'll be ratted out. They will rat me out, of course. I've made it a point to did M feel truly betrayed by me? I was feeling threatened. He'd have to know if he threatened people, they'd take measures to protect themselves. Even I know that. Economic measures first of all. Gotta make a living, right? The entry ends abruptly. The most recent entry is from even when I leave here, if I leave here alive, what's my next move? Staging a lynching is a crime, even if I'm not accused of murder on top of that. Forever on the run.
It looks like she might have been framed.
That would be a first, or a fourth. But who's counting, he thinks. Very rarely does anyone actually get framed.
No, I don't think you are. Ask someone in your precinct if you want to be sure.
He truly does not believe you are. His trust is well placed. You aren't.
I wouldn't go so far as to say that. We have other reasons to arrest her. Besides, I'm not sure her life as a fugitive is going to be much better than with us. Especially if she has problems. Could have been Titus. Then again... Maybe there's a hardy boy we've yet to meet, who acted as his accomplice. Either way, we need to keep an eye on him. One thing is for certain. We have business back in the whirling in rags. Questions to ask.
The old woman's. The buzz of electric lights blends together. There's a gap where the name of that song should be. You should ask her about it. right now.
Yes, I can't really sleep anymore. Only a few hours a night. My suggestion is don't. Don't go any old a lullaby my mother used to sing. I sang it to my kids too. Surrender to the night.
That's kind of grim for a children's song, even if it is a lullaby.
Yes, it.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with? Well, technically speaking, I'm not on good.
Waves are beginning to die down. Look at the...
Why does she care about the waves so much?
What is it with waves and fishermen? We need to be out there with them, fishing, making a living. But until that happens, I can try to assist you. Oh? Well, how can I... Oh. That's good to know, I guess. Why is it in the sea? Square...
Sire, she... Stop. Just up ahead. Danger. What you have isn't enough. You'll need more firepower. Statistically speaking, sabers have proven to be rather ineffective. Be prepared. Make sure you have your fingers reflexively reach for the Villiers 9mm pistol in your pockets.
Then you'd better get ready, whatever happens.
lot of shits to give, loincloth. Welcome to the fucking reckoning.
Put your damn gun down. People are gonna get hurt.
Shut up! I'm not gonna talk you.
This is the mercenary at the gates. His chest rises and falls under the ceramic breastplate. His finger...
Shh. This is a misunderstanding. Nothing irreversible has happened yet. You can just return to your unit and forget all about this.
The Kypt is merciful, willing to spare us if we just forget about our murdered and humiliated commander. I think we should just kill everyone, Courty.
You are all drunk. Come to your senses. You won't gun down 7 people in the middle of the street. This isn't a frontier town or a jungle outpost.
Easy, Lizzie. Let me handle it. I know guys like this. I'm sure
he is facing overwhelmingly peaceful. Nest in your abdominal cavity like a little wild mouse. The masked man's words are barely intelligible, but you can hear them.
Fuck, there's the third one. How did we miss something like this?
The lieutenant is genuinely worried for his life. You should consult him before getting in there.
The Mercenary Tribunal. My plan is not to get killed, but we have to intervene. If this turns into a firefight, we should take him out first.
A sound strategy. He's the leader.
Get lost, comedian. You cops had your chance. Now it's fucking time for some justice.
I think he's calmed down a bit.
Pig fuck!
Oh, people are gonna die today. We're not leaving it like this. These tribals hung him up for...
No one is going to kill anyone. Let's just...
With a wordless gurgle, the leader gives a small nod to the helmeted man. Suddenly, the grip of your sidearm. Shoot him in the mouth. Shoot him before... No, wait. It's good you have that gun. It really is. Just, even if it comes to a fight, it's always a good idea to drag it out first. Get under his skin. I don't know about this getting under his skin. What if he gets under yours? I'm big peace. Always peace. It has worked thus far. Start with the first idea you have, then move down from that. Please.
Rude. Rude is the killer. Rude, the killer. Owen Cloven. He don't.
All of you cunts inside out.
The gunner, the raddest, the killer. What do you think he done?
There, on the rim of Owen Cloven's helmet, you count little stick figures. 19, 20, 21.
What are we waiting for? Let's...
Hold your fire! Wait!
He has chewed his lips. This man has been under severe... He is not used to commanding or leading. He feels uncomfortable. He'd rather shoot to kill.
Yeah? Who did that? How fucking convenient.
His fingers are twitching. That's a draw reflex. He's about to draw.
You think I'm fucking stupid, cop? What? How about the kid? Tell me it was a magic fucking snipe.
Listen, please. This cop and this drumhead cop marshal won't decide who...
Your mind grinds to a halt. All you can see is the revolver in the man's armored hand.
I'm all out of shits to give, loincloth.
Put your...
This is the mercenary at...
This is
the Kipt.
You are...
He is... Nest.
Fuck.
The lieutenant is genuinely worried for his life. You should consult him before getting it.
The mercenary My plan is, if this...
A sound strategy.
Get lost.
I think...
Pig, fuck!
Oh, people are gonna die today.
No one...
With the leader. Shoot. No, even I don't. Peace. Always peace.
Rude.
All of you cunts inside out. Rip you open.
The gunner, what do you think?
There, on the rim of Owen Cloven's helmet.
Huh?
That struck some chord. A dark...
What are we waiting for?
Lance Corporal, just...
He is not used to commanding or leading. He feels uncomfortable. He'd rather shoot to kill.
You think I care what that company cunt thinks?
The man stares at you with bloodshot eyes. A bull. Now is not a good time to strike. He's looking right at your hands. Dude.
She's gone, you stupid fuck! Sailed off 5 minutes. Stay cool! The company bitch is gone. Laylee's gone. Fuck are we still doing it?
Guys,
Hold your ground. Any more of you run, I'll shoot you myself.
They're huddled close in a formation. Still, the rest will stay. Even if it means dying.
Yeah? How?
His fingers are twitching. That's a draw reflex. He's about to draw.
You, how about...
Listen, please.
Your mind
I'm all out.
This is a misunderstanding.
The kip.
You are all...
He is Nest.
Fuck.
The lieutenant is genuine.
The mercenary My plan is if the...
A sound strategy.
Get lost. Yeah. Welcome to the fucking party.
No one is going to kill...
With the leader. No, if I don't... Peace. Always peace. It has worked thus far.
Yeah? Who did? How?
His fingers are twitching. That's a draw.
You, how about the...
Listen, please.
The Hardy Boys confessed to hanging him. All together. Titus said we took him out back and hanged him. He said it loud. In a public place.
You're lying.
You heard wrong. She and these men have been helping us find the shooter.
Fucking liars.
The shot rings in your ears. A low tinny. The young woman stands and looks behind her. The shot has flown over.
I missed.
I know what I heard, Corty. They said they killed him. They said he was...
That doesn't sound good. What topic? Shots have been fired. Act before it's too late. This was an international something. International law.
I'm all up.
Put your damn gun down.
Shut up.
This is a misunderstanding.
The kipped.
You are...
He is Nest.
Fuck.
The lieutenant is...
The mercenary My plan if the...
A sound strategy.
Get lost, Camille.
I think...
Pig, fuck!
Oh, people are...
No one...
With the leader. Shoot him in... No. Even if I don't... Peace. Always peace. It has worked thus far. Start with the first idea you have, then move down from that. Please. All right, here we go. This is an illegal tribunal. You only have time for one argument. Choose wisely.
Pops, you have no idea about the rights Crenell extends to us. If I fuck and kill you, hang you to that streetlight by your shit pipes, then that's no one's going to give a shit about dead loin.
Okay, it's not much, but he's thinking about something. Now fire. Fuck easy now. Tell them these men didn't do it. There's a peaceful way out. Dangerous. Ask about him first. You don't want personal facts about his dead friend coming out of your mouth. He has to start it.
Sergeant Major Raoul Cortiner, reporting in to burn this fucking mud hut to the ground.
As he moves, the interlocking pieces of his arm, Corti, Cortiner, Major Raoul Corti, Cortiner, friends with Lely. Raoul.
For killing, maiming, and humiliating our commanding officer, all sentenced to death by lead. Baby blue, yeah. Like someone fucked up and put a... It was creepy, but bitches like that shit, I guess. Or, I don't know what bitches like. I just know how to mow down cloths. Fuck do you mean? Talk.
We've heard testimony. People say he was charismatic, nice.
Yeah, he liked to chat up the natives. Share leaflets. Squeeze a bit of kid-tass here and there. Great fucking idea, that turn. If Lely was here, he would spare the lot of you. Maybe shoot one for show. But me, I'm not a big...
Ready to open fire, Major.
This one isn't used to being suited this long. She's uncomfortable. We'll open fire just to hurry things along.
Our colonel did what he had to do. It was either one cunt or a hunt.
In your shit pipes, right in the fucking...
He likes to fire mortars at random coordinates. Wipe out mud huts like that.
He was a good commander. I can see...
Oh yeah! He would have commanded this fuckhell way better than I did. But that didn't happen. Fucking murdered him. Had him stink the village up for 2 weeks after.
Listen, man.
We told us what? What did you say? Who said that? Tattoo fuck. You'll die first. Find his killer. Cop. His killer stands. I know what this tactic is, Silo Sam. You're gonna die for them. Right?
Big talk, but you got him to admit he's a bad leader. It's a small thing, but it got him off center.
Rude.
All of you cunts inside out.
The gunner, what do you think?
There, on the rim of Owen Clerven's helmet, you count little stick figures. 19, 20, about 50 little stick figures. All of them black. These men served in Seminai. The 2 little white figures in the end are from when they moved to Revachol. They're recent.
That's right. Plenty of kips here.
T, let's fucking do it. Clean.
Put your...
Shut up!
This
is
the kid.
You are...
He is Nest.
Fuck.
This the loot.
The mercenary my plan, if
a sound strategy.
Get lost, comedian.
I think he's calmed down a bit.
Pig fuck!
Ah, yeah. Welcome to the fucking party. You're...
No one is going to kill...
With the wordless, the leader gives a small nod to the help. Shoot him. No, wait. Even I don't. Peace. Always peace. It has worked thus far. Start with the first idea you have.
Yes. So what? Nah. I'm clear as day. Fucking...
Enough already! What is this? We didn't come...
Interrupt me again and I will execute you on the spot, Lance Corporal. Yeah? Who did that? How?
His fingers are twitching. That's a draw reflex. He's about to draw.
How about the...
Listen, please.
The Hardy Boys confessed to hanging him. All together. Titus said we took him out back and...
You're lying.
You heard wrong. She and these men have been helping us find the...
The shot, the young woman
I missed.
I know.
That... What topic? Shots have been fired. Act before it's too late. This was a close call. A plume of smoke and fire erupts from the gun, and your hand goes numb from the explosion. The smoke drifts west with the wind. You hear the plaza erupt in violence. There is a hole in his cheek. Blood gushes out as he stumbles backward. Eyes, his lips, moving, swollen with fear, are trying to say, shoot him, but he can't. To your right, the killer raises his rifle and takes aim at you. His moves, you leap left. A swarm of enemy lead passes mere millimeters from your side, tearing fabric off your coat. Feels like the lightest of tucks. The man tilts his head, trying to see through. Watch out! To your left, DePaul is about to take a shot too, at Kim.
God, please.
He's aiming for the eye slot in Rude's. He has to. The rifleman with 2 shots ring at once. One from the lieutenant's pistol, and the other from DePaul's. It's aimed at the lieutenant, but Glenn, dying in a puddle of blood behind you. His mangled torso has 2 gunshot wounds. Oh God, watch out. You see 2 crazed eyes stare at you through all the smoke and the panic. With blood gushing from his face, the man raises his pistol at you. Then the look of vengeance, framed in blood, lips shaking. This is the last thing he'll do on... Here it comes. Death. You can't. There is no time. Something inside your pelvis explodes. Your entire lower body is on fire and your legs can't support you. You fall down like a rag doll. The pain is too immense to scream. It pushes the air out of your lungs. Everything goes dark. A distant blur as you recede into it. The Hardy Boys are screaming, fighting, dying. Someone jumps up.
Stop! The cop! Protect the cop! He's down!
Feels slick and warm with blood. The pain is too strong to know what has happened there. Even clutching to your nothing. A persisting darkness. Dancing lights of pain. Distant shadows cast by them. like a hellish play.
You're bleeding out. Stay with me. Yes, keep talking. You hear me? Stay awake.
But you can't. It's so hard. Your eyelids grow heavy, and the sounds ever more distant. And the cold comes, a slender white shadow towering. Someone stands there, raising her pistol. Scream immediately. He's gonna die. No, you say, and hand out your firearm to him. That's all it takes. There is no room for hesitation. The lieutenant you hear a faint scream, a woman's. Then the sound disappears, like someone pressed.
This is death. One more door, baby. One more door.
The fight? There is no fight. The fight is over. It was... He's not taking it. His body is not taking it. Oh God, no. He's... and rotting. And being disinfected. And smelling of drugs and feeling saliva.
He can't go. Not before. There is a radio in the distance. A radio of the world. You're thirsty. Reach for the glass of water.
Hours turn to days. Soon we will get up again, and it was him. He is the infernal engine. He never stops. He only...
You see the lieutenant's familiar shape in the orange jacket. It turns double, then triple, from the pain.
Sunrise, Parabellum. Yes, the joke wasn't funny anymore. I took it off.
The close proximity of death must have made the lieutenant contemplate his life choices. He's done with the jacket.
It's not ouch time yet. You just got the Dramamine pill an hour ago. Wait until it wears off.
Dramamine? Then it's not that bad. Neither surgical nor organ damage bad, but still.
Mr. Gart cleaned it. It took him an entire day. 2 days, in and out. You've been up enough to take Dramamine and curse. And drink water. Sunrise, Parabellum. Sunrise, prepare for war.
Isn't that written on your...
It served you well. The gates of the harbor are boarded up. The streets are a little more empty. Apocalyptic violence is yet to erupt. I think we may have held it off, for now. Barely. Yes, we have also completely failed, but that's okay. What happened? You shot the Major in the face, a firefight. Yes.
A blood-stained killer.
As retaliation, the rifleman tried shooting you. He missed, or you... Then I shot and wounded him, while Glenn took a bullet in the spine. It was meant for me. Glenn did not survive.
This is not the first person to die.
Titus, Fat Angus, and Theo charged. Angus and Theo did not make it. They both died before they made it to intensive care. Titus survives. So do Alain and the musician. I forget his name. Yes, he's still alive too. You were bleeding out by then. I think you say that no one wants to party with you, and you warned me. I was able to disarm one of them, the Paul, before she got the jump on me.
Thank you.
I killed her, and that's what happened. The Paul was the last to die. Everard had their bodies returned to Crenel for a funeral. Because we deterred them? Or Joyce did? Maybe the harbor in full lockdown is... Maybe they are simply taking their time and will attack soon. This is the one. 4. Glenn, Theo, Shanky, and Angus. The fat one, he took a lot of bullets. All. Oh no, officer. It's pretty bad. 6 people are dead. But what's done is done. The violence is cordoned off. The Hornets did not get into the beehive. The worst scenario... And... we...
He did not expect you both to survive once you stepped. His smoking, his hunched back. You have it worse. But he took a real beating.
Reasonably bad. You were shot in the left quadriceps. That's your thigh. The outer side, thankfully, no major arteries were nicked. The bullet was removed. We will see.
If it's possible, then by pure willpower alone, you are going to have to become a psycho-locomotor.
Good. You'll need to be. Whatever that is. No.
A man and a woman sit in the front seat of an armored motor carriage. The woman is driving. The man lights a cigarette. Back to that shithole, he says.
I called your station after the fight. The injury was logged in. They told me they've sent officers to join you on the site. I'm sure they're worried.
No, they would be here if they were truly worried. Sorry, that's between you and them, he thinks.
I did. No need. Not very. I have a concussion from that woman beating me with the butt of her gun. I tried to not move too much. Things would be worse if you didn't warn me. Thank you. I did not see her coming. Stupid of me. Easy now. How are you?
He nods.
I honestly don't know. Do you? Because we can't talk to Everard. The harbor is in lockdown. Everyone in there is outside our... Yes, she left yesterday morning. to meet the board of wild pines, or that is what I've heard. There's a pin somewhere in the machine that keeps Connell from sending in. Maybe it's her. Maybe she kept her hand. Either way, Ruby's gone, and Classio too. We really should have arrested her, you know? Oh yes, she left 20 minutes prior to the tribunal showing up. Turns out it was a bad idea not to arrest her. But maybe it was...
Who would have figured?
I don't know. I think the theory you presented, it's someone else outside our circle of suspects, was right. Honestly, I think our investigation has not produced a single credible suspect. We should go upstairs, rethink the ballistics in situ. I agree with this.
See? There's that. You can do ballistics.
Yes, God curse the footprints, not solving the case for us. Au diable. I don't know. That's been there for years. What? Every piece of garbage in the city is not connected to the case.
He's wrong.
Okay. Absolutely. There's no other way to go about it.
He's made his peace with it. He's had time to do so.
Don't be narcissistic. Half the cops in Revachol West are his peonies. Even if you are...
That does make some sense.
It's extremely easy. There are thousands lying around. We found one. All completely unusable. It's precisely how easy it is to find one that makes the bullet useless. We could find thousands more if we wanted.
But they seemed so mysterious.
No need to be melodramatic.
He arches his brow. The ceiling fan patiently spins overhead.
It really is very...
He sounds... That concussion must be making him dizzy.
No. Are you ready to limp? Good.
The lieutenant did mention also, it's just close enough to endure the walk.
Why not? Another look at the window, perhaps? The one he was shot through. I don't know.
These papers bear the stamp of the RCM. They appear to be fragments of the lieutenant's paperwork, half finished. You make out notes on this and other recent cases.
I had Garth open the door to your room. You were running a low bacterial fever the first night. Back there on the plaza, I think you very nearly had a heart attack. Alcoholism has...
Next to the stack of bills, you see a note. A few lines jotted down. I'm sorry, I fucked everyone over. P.S. I didn't.
A gift. It's hardly surprising. I am not drawing my gun. Yet.
But he says he's not, but his hand moves instinctively toward his hole. Relax. Not everyone. The medicine pity.
She certainly...
You see the same two neon-lit shapes, a man and a woman, only now a red thread bisects the room, pointing.
This is ballistics. She's left a trajectory for us.
A ray of backward motion explodes from his mouth to the roof outside, A prime, to then widen into a radius of locations in Martinez, B prime, B double prime. It suggests the bullet came from the extreme upper quadrant of possible angles, from a point beyond the roof, B triple prime. The island in the bay.
Unless she thinks the perpetrator was standing on the ring antenna. That is where the thread seems to point. I remember. She was there that night. She would have known precisely where the bullet...
She had a long time to think about it.
It also looks like there may be more to her skill set than we know. The question is, should we trust her? I find that hard to believe. But at this point, what difference does it make? So it is.
For a second he seems tired.
I just haven't gotten a lot of sleep.
He doesn't really believe this will yield anything. He is trying to justify it. There, across the grey water, amidst crumbling concrete, a birch tree, and the half-sunken ruins of a flak tower.
Could be the makings of a sniper's nest.
Why not? Military fortifications are made for that kind of...
I understand.
He will. He has it in him.
No, you're right. We have to go to the island. Pardon me, the concussion. How do we get there? Joyce Messier had a sloop, but she's gone. Ah, yes, of course. The village. Let's go.
This hat is so soft, so warm. It wraps around your head, and your mind tingles with all manner of socio-economic theory. Karamazov would have worn this, Yushenka. Mazov knew where to cook those thoughts. Glory to the revolution, comrade. Whether you...
Oh, you're up. It's good to see you back on your feet. Did you like your room? I cleaned it for you. You're welcome. I thought it would be nice for you to wake up in a clean place after you, let's be fair, defended. I give credit where credit is due, and that, sir, was a nice shot. I was watching until you hit him. Crawled inside then. Bullets started flying. Anyway.
He really wants you to realize that he was also on the balcony looking by, in the danger zone.
I wish you a quick recovery. Also, you and your partner are staying here free now. This establishment supports cops. The stay is free, with the drinks on. Oh, you know, people don't tend to stick around after shootouts. Turns out they're not good for business. Ah, them. Nice people, but no. Lena said they were going back to Jamrock. I saw them pass by outside. I'm glad she got out of here before all that. Bullets flying and stuff. People inside were quite terrified, you know. I had to take action and step outside too. Yes, you know, and I went outside and took care of it. Everybody calm.
He's almost completely forgotten what this began.
I mean, you're a detective, perhaps...
Exactly, but all in due time. Crypto business.
You'll see her again one day. You know it.
Oh, fine, hero cop. Lena left a forwarding address. 1113 Tabernacle Road in Jamrock. If you see them... I don't remember everyone who comes here. And many people wear sunglasses inside lately. Must be a fad. Yeah, I was. Yeah. That's because I'm a bad ass.
It really took courage. Don't pick at him. He nods back at you. Just two badass men nodding. Make that three. The lieutenant is nodding too. Hands crossed.
No problem.
Hi again, gendarme. Bye-bye, gendarme.
Seeing you approach, the bruised man raises his beard.
Crazy motherfucker. Didn't think you had that fury in you. But I guess that was one hell of a shot. Hell of a shot. The fucks did not expect that. I guess what I'm trying to say here is, thank you for intervening, fella.
This is big. It's as big of a thank you as Titus Hardy can muster under any circumstances.
Likewise, Copper. Likewise. Theo was old. I think he'd be pretty happy with the way he went. Never could imagine. But Angus, he was just a stupid kid. Didn't realize the mess he'd gotten into. Trusted me. Still.
Here it comes. The last one is the worst one. He only...
And Glenn. Glenn was my friend. Best I've ever had. I'd love that crazy homo like my own brother. We're all fucked without him. But what do? This job is shit. Dennis, that poor little rat is dead too. Nah.
He didn't like him. That only makes it worse.
Huh? Cut that shit out. That's the kind of rhetoric bangers sell to kids in Jamrock, to get them...
Yeah. Had to tell Angus's mum about the honor that was bestowed upon his son. You didn't share your optimism, Copper. But fine. Fuck it. To each his own. I guess I'll take a closer look at our union members. There's bound to be some ambitious fellows there who'd love nothing more than it. Might even ask Tibbs if he's tired of replacing windows, and maybe wants to have some fun with his brother. Anyway, don't you worry. As long as Titus Hardy's standing, take care, coppers. You two look after yourselves now.
Copo loco. And normal cop, I guess. Good luck in Shamrock.
Thanks for getting involved, guys. Not a lot of cops would step.
And if you ever feel like the uniform is holding you back.
And Titus Hardy himself would make a good officer. That man was...
I will, Capo. That's a promise. No.
Take it easy on the drink. The danger has not passed.
Good point, Beano Claude. We'll keep the vol on.
The graffito has been painted over the traces of the fight that took place here. It smelled... This was Cindy the Scar. The lieutenant crouches, touching the fuel oil.
Looks like it, yes. This is still fresh. It wasn't here yesterday. And blood.
Heavy fuel oil. Isn't that flammable? You could buy some smokes, light up a ciggy and throw it in there. You know, just to see what happens.
Officer, care to play a game with the lonely old man? Actually, never mind. Wouldn't be the same. The prick is gone. I can barely believe it.
He is trying to retain his jolly facade, but the underlying sadness casts a deep shadow over his wrinkled face.
Hell, most likely. He was an absolute Kent. Oh, he would have liked that. Violent lives ending violently. That's how he wanted to. His hungry little heart finally gave out. The dock workers found him in the guard booth this morning. wasn't even...
Wait, did he push himself to prove he can pull his weight and doesn't need handouts?
Guess he was about to head home, 'cause when the dock workers found him, he was wearing civilian clothes, and sometimes I thought he was wearing it just to piss me off. Now the joke's on him, 'cause he's gonna be buried without it. No, René was the most stubborn man in Revachol. Nothing you or I could say would...
He has doubts, but right now, he just wants to move on and not think about it.
I repeat, an absolute cunt. Even his old army buddies, the only people who could stand to be around him were Jenny and me. She saw something in him when we were just kids, and she never lost sight of it. And I thought if the most beautiful being in the world can love him, then there must be something worth holding on to. We've hated each other our entire lives. So much. Yes, I loved that angry prick. He didn't deserve it, but I did. You know what his last words to me were? In Guillaume's time, you'd have been shot without trial. That's what he said to me. He lived a cunt, and he died a cunt. Let's leave it at that.
Yes, we are both.
It is what it is, part of life really. But to know someone for 79 years, I just don't know anymore. About anything really. But you must need something. René wasn't really what you'd call a botanist, officer. And believe me, he didn't like Insulindian lily. There were many reasons, but mostly it was the communals. I guess in the end, the Insulindian lilies were just another piece of the whole Insulinde. The realist had...
But you feel the dried flower in your hand somehow still does matter, although not to this sad old man. Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone. A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles, nasal sprays, and blister packs. They all...
Okay, here. I hope Saint... Okay, here. I hope Saint... Okay, here. I hope Saint Baptiste makes you feel better or something.
A colourful display of cigarettes and alcohol bottles line...
Again, I'm obliged to inform you that both alcohol and cigarettes damage your health. Here you go, mister.
The graffito has been... This was Cindy the Skull. oil catches fire immediately with a low hiss. A bright orange flash across the surface of the lettering. Rain turns to vapor above the burning message, mingling with the black smoke. The lieutenant has taken a small step back. He looks at you. The flames warmed him too.
Let's go to that island.
Slowly, the flames subside. Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Yes, I got the mercenary's name and a few biographies.
The lieutenant leans in to listen, notebook in hand.
That suit of armor was issued to an Oranese citizen named Ellis Kortenaer. That's E-L-L-I-S K-O-R-T-E-N-A-I. He was found as a newborn in a leaf compactor near an abandoned farm. He spent 4 months in the neonatal unit, survived apparently, and was assigned to a foster family at 2.
According to Clausia, Lele said his real name wasn't really his. Perhaps that's
This is what the ICP knows about him. He was raised by foster parents, entered the Eastbrand Military Academy in Vredefort at 17. Then the armor followed him to Semenine, or at least I assume it did. And that's it. There are no records of his employment in Crenel, or any of its other incarnations. It's a garden tool used to press leaves into these cubes. It's a detail the hospital had, the only detail in these files. So
It is. Thank you, Alice.
none, officer. Sorry.
Even that is a small miracle. These organizations usually double-check their inventory.
No problem, Lieutenant.
a compliment from Lieutenant Kitsuragi. No.
A name. This is very good.
This means something to him. Sometimes police work is about human dignity.
I'm glad the inquiry was helpful to your investigation, officer. Did you have any other questions?
Something is wrong. Only no reply.
It's been this way for a while now. My guess is the Union is listening in on our conversation. It only happens when someone mentions the attack. The rest is unaffected. Our best bet is to carry on. No more dangerous than stepping between 3 armed mercenaries and 8 Union men. I don't like it either, but that's the way it is. The street seems safe enough. You can try calling again. Just don't mention the tribunal.
Everything sounds okay. No drumbeat of total war yet. In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers.
My man, you're alive.
Almost. Kind of. Sort of alive? Man, what a day. I missed out on most of the action, but I heard it was quite the encounter. So what's next? You guys heading back to Jamrock now? Talk is local union muscle were behind it all. I'd reckon the case is closed, even if it kind of turned into a shit show. Hey, that's just what I heard. Old wives' tale. So, what next? Good luck with that, my man. Ain't easy being you, but hey, you're still breathing, right? Still here, stuck in this damn jam.
Your best.
Still here, stuck in this damn jam.
Your best.
Still here, stuck in this damn.
Your best.
Still here, stuck in this damn jam, my man.
Your best.
Still here, stuck in this damn jam.
Wait, there's something here, stored away in some dusty corner.
Whoa. What else? Silent communion. That's good. Dang, that's some great shit.
Did you?
Right. But really, no bullshit. That's great stuff. I sort of want to know if it's yours. Fucking hey! Seems I got you all wrong. Cops aren't much known for their artistic sensibilities. It's good to meet a fellow poet. Someone with an appreciation for real text. The others here, so you don't really get it. Yeah, I guess I owe you an apology for thinking otherwise. And again, great shit.
You found some common ground with this man. Even impressed him. The next time you look in the mirror, though, remember those.
Okay.
Is it wise to shit the lieutenant throws? What are you doing?
Oof. Good on her. And good on you, too, my man. Merciful. Downright merciful. You cops keep exercising.
He's clearly relieved.
All right. That's...
Everyone says you started crying in the middle of a firefight and then bled like a pig. I guess that was cool. Cool. That's very cool to Kuno. Just don't think because you got half your dick shot off and you're an invalid now, Kuno's gonna treat you different. Kuno doesn't reward weakness. It's business as usual with Kuno. Kuno's cold like that.
Feels good for some reason.
Alright, so you got Kuno's kilo. That's how we split it. It's the best way. Street way.
All right. Kuno knew you'd try that
Tell him,
Kuno's got brains. This shit doesn't surprise Kuno. So Kuno's gonna give you one.
Major fucking...
Kuno won't take this shit lightly. The piece of...
It's hard to see how not giving a boy a bag of... Hard to see, but easy to feel. Somehow, it's not hard to see at all. You hand out drugs to kids. The lieutenant's faith in your judgment will diminish significantly.
I'll die before I squeal, pig. Murder was the case they gave me.
Oh, it's you again. Very good. That will be 7 real for 1 custom die, 1 universal die for Wiro Untethered.
It feels icy. Just holding this die in your hand sends a jolt of cold down your spine. Through the dark resin, you can make out
Hi, Ace Detective.
Yes? What about me? Good. Let's change the subject.
You hear someone, a paw.
Do I have? Do you?
Let's go.
It's generally easy.
Give me a moment.
The spread pattern of these bullet holes makes your chest ache. You're more old bullet holes, half a century at least. You peer into the faded marks in the stone. They peer back like an endless... Your chest feels tight looking at them. It's closing in, caving in.
You okay there? Might be the after effects of your past escapades. What are you looking at? Bullet holes generally look the same, so probably. But you're right. More old bullet holes from the revolution. Plenty.
The door is closed. You hear someone inside, walking from room to room. Stares at you with respect, then gestures towards the trickles of blood adorning your clothes.
There are types of danger. The one I'm usually concerned with is lung cancer or getting mauled by wildlife. It calls back to an older era where this was commonplace, though. You have a true boyadero hiding, gathering themselves. The harbor's in full lockdown, friend. No getting in or out for the time being. No, man.
He says it matter-of-factly.
Time will tell. I'll tell Everard you dropped by. I'm sure he'll be glad. I'll be okay here, doing lookout. Quite the sight, aren't they? Getting to like that red I am. Don't worry about me. I live to alleviate the worries of our brothers. See if any insane... You know it, friend. Yeah, the janitor who gave me the key to his apartment said the guy's a bit of an asshole. Like I said before, I don't...
up limping down the street, bleeding from the shoulder, face bruised, looking like hell? You know what? That's cool. That's cool.
Between you and me, this is why I don't get involved in local politics. So it goes. Now, what can I do for you? Sure, let me have a look. Oh, no. I don't like those aphotic paths, counter-radiance networks, anti-magnetism.
You have absolutely no idea what aphotic paths are.
Anything else you're thinking of selling? Another time, perhaps.
You see rows of toys, big men on big
Franconage.
A long.
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope even I can see that. I told you, though I suppose you took the worst of it. Turns out you were your own ill omen. I'm not sure those were the loss of the men with guns.
Then we'll be. You pick up the handset. There's a tone. The machine is operable.
What is it?
What? What did you say? I can't hear you! The music is too loud! Oh, the project! It's not going... There's that guy! I need him to plug a 3.5 cable into the auxiliary input so that I can route the audio signal through the mixer into the speakers. He doesn't listen to me! He only ever seems to care about banks! Let me know how it goes!
She's whistling a melody, her trusty contact mic attached to a wooden pulpit.
Hey there. I've been recording some new audio from all these beams and rafters. The sounds travelling through the wood are pretty cool. Creaks and no, it's got nothing to do with contact mic. No. I actually wanted to thank you for getting me and my friends in here. And we even found some new... Good, I think. Noid is getting a read on the place. I think he finds the carpentry very impressive. Andre's been setting up the compressor and dancing. Sorna, the programmer, she's doing whatever she does behind that radio computer of her. Ouch. I did notice you limping, but I thought maybe it was your... When I was 16, I used to date this guy who had a limp, but it only showed when he was sober. So I guess it wasn't real or something. I don't know. Anyway, shot in the leg. I'm sorry. Man, that must suck. Sure. You helped us out. I can repay the favour. What do you want to know? Oh, the crab man. Still gives me the creeps the way he moves. But he doesn't actually come down that much. I just tried to stay away from the crab man. But he talks to Noid. They seem to have some thing going on. Beats me. Noid said they get along somehow. They're both crazy enough, I guess. Who knows? He doesn't really answer our questions, see? Not that it's easy to... Who do you want to know about? Ah, she's a bit odd, I have to say. Doesn't talk much. I'm not really sure how to vibe with her, you know? But earlier today she told me about Welkins. And she seemed oddly happy, like she had some idea with those little creatures. Some artistic idea. I didn't really listen, I was busy with my mic. Andre, he's a cool guy. Doesn't really come off as one, but he is. He takes care of shit. Sorry. I mean, he's got a vision. For what life should be, you know? He tries to push things until everything falls into place. Nothing. But then again, there's nothing to organise around here either. He really must have taken it as a sign when he found it abandoned like that. Said it was an augury. I don't know where he got that from. Andre's not super intelligent. I've never seen him so psyched about anything though. And he's often psyched. Looks sort of desperate, like it's his last chance or something. Or maybe he was just high. I mean, not that he does drugs, just high, you know? Yes. Anyway, yes. Who do you want to know about? He's a four-burger, I guess, like the rest of us. Okay, maybe not Egg, I don't know about him, but Noid and the rest are from Forberg. He's real hardcore about the lifestyle. What do you mean, do? Like, for a living? He's a carpenter, trained and all. He's very good, he just doesn't have the mindset to work like that, in a shop somewhere. He abides by the hardcore, sir. You would have to ask him yourself. Sir, I abide by the law.
A strange feeling. Every now and then, something feels off about the way she speaks. She doesn't change tone, but you feel as though there's more about.
It's just something poor Forberg kids do every spring. To pass the time, we walk the entire length of Boogie Street, up to Jamrock. Or is much. I don't know, man. Have you been down Boogie Street? It's a little bewildering. Kind of. I'm gonna say yes. Okay, then you should go and take a look, I guess. Boogie Street is cool. It's got a lot of immigrants and all kinds of different people. Yeah, I hope you do. Who do you want to know about? What do you mean? Oh, that. Anodic music doesn't really do vocals in the traditional sense. Vocals are thought of as rock. That's to say they're a bit backward. No offence if you like rock music though.
Pachoo, pachoo, swish. Your credentials as the resident future man of Revachol are being questioned. Show her you're hip with the times, Gramps.
Yes, forever. Anyway, even if you don't have vocals, you still need someone to say something every now and then, right? He basically just stands on the stage and dances and yells.
I understand. People are usually afraid to do things if others aren't already doing them. Dancing makes you dance, like sneezing makes you... Anyway.
Actually, we don't know where he's from. Or one time we were out partying somewhere in backwater Forburg.
The worst of the banlieues. A wretched heap of closed-down mines, even west of Jamrock, on the dusty slope of...
Egg was yelling along to some jam someone was spinning, all night long. Just kept yelling until he didn't have a shred of voice left. When the sun came up over the mines... There were mines? Yeah. It was in Coal City. Egg came with us. He made this wheezing puppy dog sound all the way back. Couldn't even speak. It was definitely Coal City, because it took us 2 days to walk back to the fort. He just wheezed the whole way. We never really asked why he came with us, or who he was. People are sweet.
You can see it must have been a great night. The memory causes her to go sudden. You wish you'd been there.
Who do you want to know about? Me? Again? Yes, sure.
Got us in.
With wonder in his sharp eyes.
Between you and me, I don't know if you've noticed this about me. I'm a little suspicious.
Yes, you really came through for the hardcore underground. How come?
Andre is busy cutting some slightly less lame, but still quite ungainly shapes on the church cell, using her contact mic to listen to. The one with the large head is blasting the dance track on repeat, while the stained glass window, sire, the tent, 'twas a security risk, and in here, sanctuary, 'twas only noble of you.
Okay.
What he means is, you're right, actually. The tent was a safety hazard, and this place was deserted anyway.
It's a miracle of carpentry. Dead bodies carved into total shapes. Now it can be something more. That's right. The first settlers built it, plus 6 more like it, on the coast here. Was one of the first alone on an uninhabited archipelago. forced to face themselves and nature.
He means something paranatural.
I would want to build a safe place for myself and my own as well. A cop who's into building critique. Okay then, this is folk DeLoreanism. Lawmongerer. It's a subset of early DeLorean architecture. Art of core. Total. Everything between an ancient concrete cathedral and a glass cube is DeLoreanism. This is just an homespun version, like that woman there. Vertical, thin, white, a false image of grandeur. The source of the system is up there. You're at the bottom. They really like to show off large and intricate structures. Arches, spires, put you down with them. They were really into painting everything white too. Virginal shit, you know. Marriage shit. Virtue and tyranny. Right. Stands to reason it used to be white on the outside before the sea wind took all the paint off.
Year after year, flake after flake, whitewashed clean, then covered in green moss.
I don't say much anything as a carpenter anymore. They tried to make me into a reckoner and a leveller. I regret the time I dedicated to that profession and that worker collective. I say things more as a member of the hardcore side on. The material knowledge is mega though. Guild shit. Teaches independence. Dead bodies are perennial plants. Sigma functions have left this place. It's a good thing we came along. The spirit... I saw some piglets suckling their dead mother. Have you heard this one, cop man? After a short while, they shuddered and went away. They had sensed that she could no longer see them and that she wasn't like them anymore. What they loved in their mother weren't... End of quote. This is an high-quality carcass. The power of anodic beats and hard bass is needed to reanimate it. It never was. A 3,000-year-old regime of history, built by hundreds of...
The way he says it, the force in false core, is invested with 20 kilotons.
Anodic dance music. Regular dance music wasn't hard enough. And yes, I don't. Fuck her giving me the evil eye. No wonder. We have to get rid of it. Dismantle it. Can't dance with a giant...
Mellow, man, mellow. No one's a mass murderer. Mass murder on the floor.
There is. She is a party repellent and must be taken down before we can begin partying in here.
The speed freak looks the same way. It is dark there in the back of the church. For a moment, the music echoes strangely.
I like this question, cop man. She did not live the life. That's not the life that humans live. She was adored. Humans aren't. I don't know about you, but they hate me. And they do not think I'm innocent or some shit like that. Yes.
This speed freak does not quite understand the sudden escalation of emotion in that argument, but he agrees nonetheless.
The world spirit does not have a body. It has organs. Hardcore is an organ of the world spirit. This Arno van Eyck track is an organ. The carpentry and glass cutting that built this house are also organs. She's a thief, if you ask me. An organ thief. All innocences are. Humanism leads to eating sugar and pigs. Humanism was invented to mass-produce billions of humans.
And many, many more.
She liked games. Her legacy, the thing we live in, isn't real life. It's a strategy for some kind of victory against a long-dead opponent. But, yo, I'm only annoyed. What do I know?
What a strange choice of word. Caustic. Overflow. That can't be healthy. What's happening here? Why do you keep coming back to this window? Why do you keep saying that if it isn't making you feel well? Don't come back to this anymore. Stop talking.
Hard to say, cop man. Signs in it. I did get to talk to the crab man though. Anyway, he's been giving me kind of a dude's seen some crazy shit, but he's actually a lot like us. The man picks up on stuff, and he knows a lot about... Good thing you didn't squash him. They're hardcore. It's just a style, you know. Suspicious people are esoteric people. We don't go around spilling everything to Johnny Law. It took us setting out for this whole enterprise to get our signs synced. It's short for paranoid. It'd be easier to list stuff I'm not suspicious of. I'm not suspicious of sound and colour.
This is a good, dangerous line of questioning. You should prod him on.
I don't have a top 10 list of things I'm most suspicious of, but if I had one, the left-right complex would be number 1. Number 2 would be that...
Something is off here. You feel like it should be the other way around.
No, politics is an inert complex of daily corruption and inane think pieces. The real paradigm is that this is where the innovation happens. It's only a theory, but I suspect they're breeding a pig. I prefer not to. Both ask the wrong questions. Any spark of light from either one is accidental. Their combined movements only concern... The original mistake was assuming that words have more being than bodies. That's what led us astray. Far from our true life.
Whatever this true life is, you feel it's the real centerpiece of this mythology.
It's our only shit. We should make better use of not being animals or cereal grain ourselves. Correct.
He can't help but doubt your sincerity in this matter. There is no other way. You are a police officer.
Precisely. The status quo doesn't need to be loved.
His eyes flicker.
But life is true if it's free from fear. an internal division among oneself. In others, mankind has seeds of greatness in it. A Germinal will come, and with beats and bright lights to shatter falsehoods. Nerve impulses for the collective body. We are very much
Just like that. The speed freak is right in your face. The young man is dead serious. Rejection of the right-left axis. Emphasis on unity. Appreciation of some primordial mode of being. What does that...
nationalism, militarism, racism, and emphasis on a leader character are totally absent in hardcore.
He picks up a wrench and scratches his head with it, unaroused by fascism.
Utmost dedication, thoughts from the spine.
The term also signifies certain varieties of pornography.
Egghead usually has a better concept of the hardcore. He just really likes saying hardcore.
Hardcore!
That's a pretty hardcore coincidence.
Yeah!
Many non-Occidental cultures share a beat at their art. Thus, they are closer. Oh yeah, sure thing. The Crabman's been lurking here for a while. He's experienced things. Things that give off bad signs. As far as we can tell, the Ubies built this place not like a literal encasement, confinement of something they were afraid of. Something new and unheard of on the Isla. Like, this is some old world shit the Ubies had heard about. I thought the best way to deal with it was to build a church surrounding it. I don't know. And it's not something they properly understood either. What it does. But it's what this Sona person is looking. It'll be fruitless though. She won't be able to measure it. People like that always want to measure everything. Seems to be the trend around here, doesn't it? You can't measure shit like this. It's not like substance. Like a concentric ring spreading out. The struggle, and that is what caused the communards to fail in defending the beachhead. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. It's not a thing we can answer, Copman. Maybe you can figure things out, Copman. I think we got on a... on your mind?
Dedicated, hyperactive, unified. You will have to add something of your own. Test your limits. Surpass them. Dance to... This is for your posse. They got to keep it up. They got to move. You are the major might enforcer. Predictable, but solid.
You sure that's a good idea?
Come on, Noid. I think we owe him.
Asel's right. Guess it would be pretty soft core for me to say no. Yeah, alright. But if you're going to sync up with them, you're gonna... Not likely. Scoped that spot a while back. It's shortwave stuff.
Build it ourselves! We built this nightclub, we can build anything!
Yeah, maybe. Tech-wise, radio's not the spookiest thing around. Our pot's...
An antenna hardcore enough to...
Maybe not that big, but pretty big.